I've seen like there's lots of pressure with the second gen, lots of, because sometimes
because our parents hadn't seen any technology. We started with no technology, but we had seen a lot of technology in early 2000s, and that was again a shift.
where we had Zoom call with the doctor first, like exactly that person needs that or not, and there was a digital e-signature. I found one app at that time.
As well, and even for patients, like for example, I'm sitting here. I've availed telemedicine from my dermatologist, sending them a prescription. They have the card number and everything, and then they send you.
Question: what are your circumstances now?
See again when what my father was doing. So during that duplication, I was getting frustrated because you're already, decently settled, and
So let's try this AI hack. So welcome to new episodes of Growth Secret with Mastermind Implementation with AI Hacks with Nipun Syal, AI Automation Marketing Specialist and founder of 3 companies. Today we have with us Mr. Supreet Singh, founder and CEO of PCHPL. So what we're gonna learn and implement today is, first, after getting PR of Canada and moving back and dropping it out and moving back to India and built up their own brand. Second, struggle and success of second gen entrepreneurs. Third, reason of starting up a podcast. Fourth, last but not the least, one AI hack in the end. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and keep learning. Welcome to new episodes of Growth Secrets with Mastermind Implementation with AI Hacks. Hi, my name is Nipun Syal, AI Automation Marketing Specialist. So today we have with us Mr. Supreet Singh, founder and CEO of PCHPL. So hi Supreet, welcome to our show.
I thank you so much for having me here. It feels really good to be sitting on the other side today.
Right. So what made you to start your own business?
Uh, this is a very interesting story, I would say. I always wanted to become a cricketer when I was growing up. I used to play a lot of cricket. In fact, my mother used to say that your complexion has become totally different just because you are in the field for 5-6 hours. So during my school days, I used to play a lot of cricket. Though I was good in studies, but they had no bent of mind of becoming an entrepreneur. Only one thing used to fascinate, because in 90s there used to be movies when Bollywood heroes used to look very good as like big businessmen and tycoons. So that was the only fascination. As I grew up further, so the cricket thing died down a little more, because as a middle class family, your parents want you to study, and as most of the kids, I think, who have been born in late 80s or early 90s, their parents have always wanted them to be either engineers or doctors. So I'm one of those engineers. So when I knew that my parents have expectations from me academically, so I chose to study about engineering. I did engineering. While doing my engineering, I realized that I'm not meant for it, and I was good at performing arts. I was good at dancing. I was good at voice. So I used to do a lot of mimicry during my college days, and like stage performances randomly. So then my mind deviated to becoming an actor, a Bollywood actor. So I was doing multiple things where I could get limelight. Accordingly, in 2009, I moved to Canada. So before that, before going to Canada, during my college days, I joined a MLM during my college days. That gave me a good entrepreneurial shift, and a book named as The Power of Positive Thinking. Rich Dad Poor Dad was the other book, and the third book which helped me during those days was Karma Yoga. So these 3 books and that experience at MLM probably triggered something in me that I have that spirit, and it changed my mindset to becoming a totally a positive personality. But still, I never had any. I did like wedding planning during my college days. I used to do multiple things just for experience, and there was no entrepreneurial shift of bent of mind. Went to Canada.
So you are one of those people, like we belong to same age. So you are one of those people who just uh, call us and let's come out meet at an event, and then you just close the door from outside for MLM and inspire us. And on another day we are fighting with our parents. No, we want money. We want to do that stuff.
So I made some initial money from that. I bought
Okay.
my first car from that, but the rest of the installments were paid by my father. So again, that was.
So Supreet was one of the guy who come and see this guy buys BMW and shows up facility and then EMIs are giving on the
See, yes,
website.
because I was fascinated, but there is a point. Uh, I won't name like where I was and who the people were. I'm very straightforward from day one, and whatever I do is with pure heart. When I found that there's some manipulation going on, I felt that I should move away because there are so many people getting associated with me. And because of that, I moved away from that. And then again, I moved towards my journey of becoming something, maybe an actor or a performer or something. When I moved to Canada, started a course in broadcasting and performing arts. It went well for me, worked in radio, and became a radio journalist, became a presenter, became a producer, did a lot of things. It was super creative. I loved it. Um, and during those days, I got introduced to a lot of meditation as well because I used to live alone. So when you're alone, you spend a lot of time with yourself. Um, the thing during those 2.5, 3 years, um, I felt certain things that money is required. One is that to even fulfill the basic needs as well, your creative needs as well. And at the same time, I had certain experiences during my working days. I used to see a lot of politics, and because of that politics, your creativity used to get hindered somehow. Something came that I want to create an organization. It was out of the blue, that where everybody will get equal opportunity and they can grow, and even if I'm not there, or even the directors can change. So that thought triggered back. I was a permanent resident of Canada back then. I left it, came back, asked my father. He was already into business. He was into distribution business.
Okay.
So that was, I think, probably the foundation I needed, but I had no clue how to do it. And he had a condition that you have to start your own brand because we were not having a brand back then. Then only you can come back.
Okay. So I think like from my experience, like I'm a first gen entrepreneur, like we have very independence. Although family conditions may differ, but what we want to do, we can do. But I have like lots of my friends are like second generation, might be you also, like you are also second. They have lots of responsibility because they have some area defined. You can't move out of it. And there's lots of more responsibility. What if the startup will not work? Like in our case, because we were like from a middle class, we'll stay middle class, we can't go like below that because already we can do some earnings from a job also. But in your case, it's very much highly pressured job. So how you handle that pressure and what are your circumstances about that?
See, again, when I started it, I was just duplicating what my father was doing. So during that duplication, I was getting frustrated because you're already decently settled, and people know you. You become like a mini celebrity in your community, and then you're waiting outside to meet doctors for three hours. So yes, it is an experience, and you have to do it. But being a personality who had been doing a lot of things, um, so the thing which was lacking was, I think, some patience. Wanted to achieve things much faster. The trigger point was when my father told me in 2013. I booked my ticket back to go to Canada. He told me, if you're going back now, don't come back again. Don't waste your time and my time. And I canceled my ticket just 8 days before my flight. Uh, then incepted the name of the company Psychocare, so which is PCHPL now, Psychocare Health Pvt Limited. Psychocare in April 2013. So, and started the business with just 7 lakh rupees, which I borrowed from my father. That was the first and foremost pressure what I had.
Right. Yeah.
And It was horrific in the first 1 year, I would say. Second year was a little better, but you're alone initially. Though you have a financial backup support from your father, and you know that there is somebody to fall back upon, and he wanted me to have my own struggles. Uh, he was honestly, he was also not expecting that I would succeed much. In that frustration, I cleared SSB in the Territorial Army in 2014. So, but the circumstances changed. Then my daughter was born in 2014. Um, and I didn't even have money to pay to the hospital. I had only like 50,000 rupees. She was in NICU, and the bill was about 2.5 lakh rupees. So I told my father, I was looking at him. So he was like, "I have money. Don't worry. I'll take care of that." So, but I felt it that day that there's nothing I've done yet. Yes, there are certain things which I had done, and I'm doing so many things. I also created an IT company in Canada parallelly, so I was doing multiple things but not succeeding in one track. So that was the day I thought, either I fail or succeed, or whatever I do, just going to do the same thing again and again. And that thought helped me. The consistency, persistence, patience. So that was the turning point again. And even then, my father also saw success in me. So I always wanted him to get involved in my business because of his experience. So slowly, he also started getting involved. And in 2017, we got a first manufacturing unit. So that was again a big step. So the pressures were very high, and my father still talks about that story to all his friends, that he still remembers me walking at like 12 p.m. at night, because my room is on the first floor, and that because there was so much of anxiety. When you start from zero, it's very difficult, but the journey is amazing. You become an amazing human being, and the transformation is amazing. This is what I feel. Yes. Yeah.
That's really great and amazing because I've seen like there's lots of pressure with the second gen. Lots of, because sometimes when they want to come out of their comfort zone and do something just to prove their parents that okay, we are also in the game, but still there is a generation gap and you need to see the things according to their eye also, because then they will think that we have started everything and now see what he is doing. So it's really amazing that you did that.
The transition was uh, because our parents hadn't seen any technology. We started with no technology, but we had seen a lot of technology in early 2000s, and that was again a shift. But again, the generation gap, the expectations, and when you are not very good academically, then you have more pressure. Then your mother says that my friends' sons, they're doing MBA from this place, and and you're just wasting time. So I used to be straightforward. I'm fine with it. I'm fine living an ordinary life, but I want to try what I want to do. I'll be happy, trying and failing again and again, than to not do this thing and do something else which I don't want to do. So yes, and then so somebody told me a very good thing a few days ago, that when you're struggling, you get a lot of opinions, a lot of suggestions. When you get like initial success, and when you start succeeding, then the same people start getting jealous of you. And when you succeed in a good way, then the same people get inspired from you. So I have seen that journey happening, and I think you have also seen the same thing happening. So, but that has been a beautiful journey, and the best part is we never change. We are still the same people. The only thing is that our experiences have grown a lot, and I find that I've become more humane over the years, more spiritual, more meditative, and more compassionate. So yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So even like that's remind me of one of the quote that if you want to fail, take opinion from everyone. Yeah. And that remind me of incident also, like I used to drive like in my master, like my uncle just bought one nano car. And I take that nano car from him. So I just want to experience car and put that JBL, because I'm fond of music, put that JBL speaker over there and just ride that. in the college. And like people, some of my very close friends, when they come and they see that, they bit feel very discomfortable, like, okay, why we are sitting in nano, these kind of stuff. And you never know in the entrepreneur, like after 2 years, I just purchased one endeavor. And then the same endeavor, when I go there and just when they are sitting in, then again they will feel very discomfortable. Then they see, oh, what happened exactly? Then,
Exactly.
yeah.
This is it.
Uh,
Because, see, you have seen that journey happening. So, again, when you were in Nano, probably when I was in my Alto, so it was the same, feeling. And when you were in Endeavor, or maybe I was in Fortuner or some other car, so we were still the same. So, because we have gone through the process, it was not an overnight thing. And then with time you realize that you start enjoying the journey, you forget about the destination, but the people who meet you less, so they only see the bits and pieces. So that is one of the reasons. So Nano, you must be having great fond memories of Nano.
yeah, exactly. And I used to have one relationship, so I just took that girl. Now she's my wife now, right? So she's very comfortable in Nano. She's very comfortable in, like, I have a two-wheeler. That again I borrowed from someone else, because at that time we have bus pass and all that stuff. But still, like, now we are enjoying
Very,
this
very
journey
similar.
also.
So
Yeah.
again, the
Yeah.
same thing with me was Alto.
Yeah.
So my again, so my wife who was once my girlfriend. So we used to roam in Alto, and we still talk about it. That it was amazing. It was an amazing part. So yes, the journey. If you have this a positive thought process, everything looks beautiful. Every part of your life looks beautiful, and this is what I've realized. So, and I've become a very optimistic personality, and you know, connected with the universe now. So that helps you a lot, and I think probably that is one of the reasons you keep on meeting good people like I met you. So so yes.
Okay. So that's my favorite question. Are you using AI in your business?
Being a healthcare and a pharmaceutical company, and we are a product based company, so we have like more than 900 brands which we market across India. Uh, Through our offline channels, no. Through our online channels, we are looking to do it. In fact, our IT team is creating content through AI. Chat GPT is highly used nowadays. We want to evolve, but in the right way.
Okay.
Yeah. So we want to automate and we want to use AI. I personally feel that you cannot grow without technology. And technology makes your growth, like, for example, we have grown 30x or 35x in the last 11 years. Now, if we want to grow 100x, so without AI, we cannot do that.
Yeah. And please tell our audience that I haven't paid you anything to give good vibes to AI. That's our whole concept. But that's exactly what you feel. That's really great. Yeah.
The entrepreneur sits with an entrepreneur and discusses about future possibilities just for the vibe, just for the knowledge exchange.
And there are lots of, like, I have worked with pharmaceuticals also earlier back in 19 when COVID hit. Then there was some licensing issue. We can't sell them as a e-commerce because we need a doctor prescriptions in some of this. So are these challengings right now, and what exactly the industry shift? Because at that time we thought that how we can sell. We have a brand with us onboarded and we want to sell that. Then they told us that we need this license, and how we can do this with the prescription. So what we do is we do a Zoom call first with the doctor, and again we know that we need to sell this. That was the
So it's
stage.
it's
How
like more
exactly?
like telemedicine you're talking about.
Yes, because we need a prescription to sell something all. And now what's the scenario? I have seen the health card and lots of other come into the market. Now you can purchase everything by a app.
See, OTC brands can be sold online. Any product which doesn't have a limitation, which is not a therapeutic product, can be sold online without a prescription. But for a therapeutic product or for a prescription-based product, you need a prescription. Uh, we are not involved in online sales of these products. We are majorly doing OTC brands like cosmetics, wellness products, in nutraceuticals, Ayurveda, gummies we are selling online. For rest of the things, we are still following the old school methods, like offline methods through distribution channels, through doctors, through hospitals. Um, I'm not too sure about the regulatory part with the e-pharmacies. I'm not delved into it. Uh, but yes, maybe I'll try to know about it, like how it works and what are the regulatory challenges they are facing, because there have been certain news. I don't want to comment about it because I don't know about it. But personally, I feel that AI is only one challenge, or technology is only one challenge, that the regulatory should be followed. The regulatory should not be a bypass, because at the end of the day, if somebody is taking a prescription based product, it should be prescribed. It should not be just given, because they might have adverse effects as well. So there is a reason why there is a pharmacist in a pharmacy, because they know the right drug to be given and the right product to be given. So somewhere, I think offline technology has to go side by side. Everything cannot be online, but yes, if there can be a bridge and all the regulatory.
That's where we had Zoom call with the doctor first, like exactly that person needs that or not. And there was a digital e-signature. I found one app at that time, and then they sign that virtually. Then it goes with that prescription.
I think telemedicine has become quite famous since COVID has happened, and telemedicine is a genuine form of prescription, and it helps a lot of doctors as well. It helps them save a lot of time as well, and even for patients. Like for example, I'm sitting here. I've availed telemedicine from my dermatologist, sending them a prescription. They have the card number and everything, and then they send you. So technology, a lot of doctors are using. They do a lot of e-signs, and you get the prescription copy on SMS, on WhatsApp. So that's a good part. See, technology used wisely in the right direction is always good in any field. And healthcare, as it is increasing, yes, AI is very important, but in the right way. So
Right.
yeah.
That's great. So my next question is like Supreet was very independent in Canada, right? And he was doing broadcasting and all, and I've seen your videos also, you were doing dancing and all. And when you move to like now you have like 100 plus employees under your company. So does that Supreet enjoy that freedom now also? Or it's like very restricted? No, we need to be like this and we need to be like a corporate one.
I believe that you need to be yourself. What I'm today is just because I've been myself. So why should I change? That has worked for me, and I think that is the same thing which works for everyone. The only thing is my conduct has improved. I've become more disciplined. I've become a better person. I realize what to talk, what not to talk, and where to draw a line and just not give too many opinions. So I am the same person, and I would be the same person. Probably I still don't like to do a lot of partying, so I still won't do it. I like to travel. I love to drive. Explore new places, meet good people, learn a lot of things. So I'll be the same, and I personally find I have more time now. Because I have a very efficient team working with me, and they are efficiently doing a lot of things so that I can explore newer things for the company. So currently the focus is the company, and at the same time, if we can do something, give back for the society somehow, like in smaller forms, and that's it. And plus, I still dance. I love performing arts, like even acting or other things. So whenever I get a chance, I explore my hidden talents. The only thing I still I feel is that I'm not able to give a lot of time um, to playing music. I used to love playing music, like especially drumming.
Okay.
So that thing I'm unable to do.
Yeah,
So
it's happened like I have all the DJ consoles and sometimes like I go to club, but now things has been changed. Like if earlier I used to like do DJing every day and it was like even like I'm excited by the lots of sunburn events and all. I do attend that, but still like the playing on that console,
so
it just
until when did you play the DJ?
right now even like if I'm going to any club and DJ is my friend, I go and play that. So it just leave my stress
So
and
you
it's
do you have any videos, like old videos on?
yes, yes, we have like in my story, it's have like generally a week before back, I was going, there was a like called Smash where I just go and met the DJ and just start playing. And I forget what to play with that, all that stuff, bowling. I just love that
So
playing on
that's
that.
you. That's what you
Yeah,
are. So again,
exactly.
so you need to be yourself. That's why you are what you are today.
So, what excites you about the podcast, the Supreet show? You are doing fabulous job over there. I've seen like even I got inspired lots of by seeing your videos and all that stuff. So, what's the reason? Like that was the earlier thing of the broadcasting that catches your eye. What exactly it is?
Thanks a lot. You appreciate it. You watched it, and this means a lot. Why? When I started broadcasting, the first stint in broadcasting was in 2006. I joined a small. There was a radio course which was happening in Sector 44. I remember. So it was a 2 month course. I did that. Used to love doing that. And then I used to do a lot of voiceovers randomly for people. I've done corporate videos as well, voiceovers in different audio visuals. Just for fun, I used to do it. And I think probably because of that reason, I did a 10-month diploma from Vancouver. There's a
So your
academy.
parents supported that you can
Yes,
do that.
that's the
Okay.
best part about my life. My parents supported me so much, and I owe whatever we are doing to them. The reason is, uh, I if my parents were not supportive back then, so they said, if you're going to Canada, you want to live independently, do whatever you want to do, because they also realize that that's a country wherever if you do what anything, and if you're good at it, you'll succeed. Because there was a different thought process back then. Now things have become quite similar in India and Canada. So and they supported so much. It was a 10-month diploma, and from 4 hours, it was a Monday to Friday class. 3 hours we used to be on air, and 1 hour was a class. And for me, it was a cultural shock as well, because I was only, I think, probably an Indian in that studio or in that institute, and everything used to go from here because the music, the culture, the thought process. But that was a challenge. In fact, I moved to sound designing for 15 days because I felt that I won't be able to do it. But then somebody said something to me that you took a right decision, and it hurt me. So I took the challenge and came back again. I think probably I'm the only student in the history from Columbia Academy I did. So who shuffled the course like 2 times. I got good percentage, and during the time I was working in a South Asian radio station as a volunteer. Then by the time I ended my course, I got a really good gig, and I worked, did so many things. I've interviewed more than 50 celebrities during that period. Great exposure for a 24-year-old or a 25-year-old. So it was amazing. Then when I came back, I wanted to continue this thing, but I didn't know how. So, and even I didn't have enough money for that. I couldn't ask my father for money all the time, because he was already paying me a salary of like 25,000, and I was so much thankful to him that I came back. So I'm technically the first employee of the company before it became a private limited firm. So then, it took a back seat, and it always stayed here. When I went to Canada last year, I did. There was a random video. It got viral somehow. People talked to me and they said, "You're very good with it. Why don't you do it?" And then my friends who knew I was a broadcaster, they motivated me. My family motivated me again. My team, they had been very supportive. I talked to them, came back, started, and it just happened. And the first interview which I took was I had never planned it. So there's a company in US we have collaborated with, and their CMO is a renowned personality, like a worldwide personality. So he's a doctor. So he was supposed to come to our office. So I requested him if I can interview you. This is the pilot. And he said yes, and there it started. And it was supposed to happen, meant to happen. And I love it. I enjoy it. I love talking to people. And this is my passion. This gives me fuel to do better things in my company, in my business. Yeah.
Okay. That's really great. And even we'll put your podcast channel in our description also so that users can, like our viewers can see that and get inspired by you, not only with you. And when you are talking it like from my seat, then we'll see like how Supreet is
No,
different.
no,
Yeah.
actually, I would love to. We need to go the other way around, maybe in the month of, in a couple of months. And because before starting this podcast, I got to know about your story and, what you have been doing. So it's amazing again. And I would I would love to get your story outside as well, so that people can get inspired, and a young entrepreneurial story.
Yeah, thank you. And that's remind me like when I was doing my engineering at that time, I was fond of DJing. And at that time, whenever you go somewhere, equipment was very costly. And when you go there and ask someone to like, can you teach me that? And the fees was like 60,000. And 60,000 is the fees of Thapar that my parents are giving me. And I was like, how I can do that? I want to learn. And I go every club and all that stuff. And like Saturnalia, you have also visited our college lots of time, and I see what the guys are doing like this, and what they are exactly doing. And I just keep fond of it. And one day I was with my parents and there was a retirement party in 35 and go there. And the DJ was playing very pathetic. Because I used to go to DJs and ask them, they asked in 60, 50 because they have paid that. It was very pathetic. Took her number, I took his number, sorry. And I texted him, you are the best DJ, can you teach me that stuff? And he started like, I have paid 40,000 and all. And then we negotiated to 6K because my parents was worried if I go into a DJing, I will be a
60 to
wedding.
6K.
Yeah, I will be a wedding DJ and he will doing something like band, baja, barat and that kind of stuff.
That's a great
Yeah,
negotiation skill you have.
yeah. So 6K. And I was giving tuitions to at that time in my college to the juniors and all stuff. So we are getting some different income. That for me. And from the parents, we are also taking this. Not like I'm very kind that I'm not taking something from parents. Parents were different. And then we are taking, we used to spend it on the hostels. So like earlier 5, 10 days was very good for us. And after that, we used to go to the weddings to give that lifestyle, Thapari and all.
It must have been very new and fresh for the weddings, because for weddings used to be like the plain DJ and
Yeah,
everything.
and then we get some money, and then we'll style them people like that guy. Okay, can you teach me? Then on weekends, I told my parents that I am doing somewhere a course, not for DJing and stuff, for the personality development. Then my parents leave me, and then whenever my parents' colleges moved to back from the party out, and there was a loud music, and then he was not very entertaining. Like he started 6,000, and it was again in the installments. He was like, but I met a guy called DJ Jam. He's very famous right now in Tri City. He was like checking me. There was a two clubs upstairs and downstairs. And he called me, what you are doing every weekend away? I say, I want to play like this. Okay, come here. Then he just give me the all that thoughts. Okay, you can play and see. And what happened on New Year? And the guy from whom I was learning was very high. And he called me that I'm not able to play the party. Can you Nipun come? And I got an opportunity to play on a New Year Eve in a big club. So that's how the all things happen.
So
Yeah.
you must have seen that movie Luck by Chance. So it's
Yeah.
something like
And
that.
still, like DJ Jam is my quite good friend, and all the people of Tri City knows him. He plays lot, and we keep on like doing that stuff.
See, the dots connect.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that, and you always wanted to do that, and you did that, and probably the hidden Nipun must have come out
Yeah.
by doing what you wanted to do.
Okay, so what are your next plans in the business? Are you taking into any other vertical or what exactly it is?
Currently, we are into offline sales of our products, like most of the products, because we are into multiple segmentation like neuropsychiatry, cardiac, diabetic, urology, nephrology, dermatology, cosmetology, then Ayurveda, wellness, and plus we are on most of the online platforms as well. We are present there, so we have around 129 or 130 OTC brands, which we are selling through our channel as well. It's sehatokart.com, and into manufacturing as well. But we are majorly a branded company, as a marketing company. Uh, our aim is to become one of the top most companies, pharmaceutical or healthcare companies in India in the next 5 years. It's a big ask, but yes, I'm very positive about it. But at the same time, we want to bring in innovation from other countries and take innovation from India to other countries. We now have an office in Canada. We have collaborated with a Nasdaq listed company in US. So there's a lot of technology which we are going to bring from US and Canada, and similarly other way around as well. Probably take Ayurveda from here to those countries. So multiple things, multiple verticals. Will be very soon. We'll be coming into a pharmacy chain kind of model, into generic pharmacy chain model, and there are other things which we are evolving with time. I think everybody will get to know. So, but we are very, very optimistic about our growth. And the foremost thing what we keep is quality assurance. That's number one. Second is business ethics. Ethics are very important, not only outside, but within the company as well. Uh, if you have ethics inside, then only you'll have ethics outside. So that's why we have a 15-minute breathing meditation session for our staff as well every morning. So, so we try to bring in all these things. So you need to become a better human being to do better things as an organization as well. So yeah, this is what we are.
And it's not a very big ask. Like at least you have a plan for this. So that's remind me of one more quote. I just keep on reading that. So like a foolish person with a plan can beat a skillful person. So at least if you are very wise, you need to have a plan. You need to be like, if your goals are not high and people are like seeing that it's a very average, then we never grow. So like, as an entrepreneur, you need to be on the next step. What next?
Yes, yes. You just need to follow your instincts. Your instincts gives you directions all the time. But at the same time, yes, plan is very important. Consistency is very important. Discipline is very, very, very important. Your code of conduct is very important. So if you're working diligently, using AI maybe, automation is very important. Automation, if your company processes are automated, it becomes much easier. Not only your life but your team's life as well. And at the end of the day, your customers, your end users also, they get the best results and the best product. So yes, so this is what I.
So how's your morning routine looks like?
It's very varied nowadays because I'm parallelly trying to build up something internationally as well. So sometimes I have late meetings, so I have to, you know, talk until like 11 p.m. or 12 as well. Sometimes, not every time. So I technically start working at 8 a.m. in the morning, um, and by around 11, I start my interaction with my team. So, but my personal work starts at 8. But before that, and alongside that, so I work out every day. And it's been almost 7, 8 years I've been working out, barring aside a patch when. So last year was last to last year was a little tough on my health. So first I had a surgery on my foot, and for that, so I was not able to do, but still I was doing lifting on my hands, and I wasn't able to do any cardio or anything. So and in 2022. I got bitten by a mosquito and which caused chikungunya, and I never knew what this was. And I was almost bedridden for 2 months. I was not able to move at all. A person like me who cannot even sustain a day without workout was on bed for 2 months, and till date I have the effects. I still have joint pains, but it gave me a lot of gratitude. So I about your health, that if you're given a able body, take care of it and be thankful about it. So I keep my not only physical workout but inner workout as well. I do pranayam meditation for at least 15-20 minutes every day. I try to do it because that keeps you calm from inside, and you're able to easily face all the challenges. So yes.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Like you're having a very fit physique. Yeah.
So again, this the fitness thing, I've been glued to it just because I want to look good always. So that's why I look in the mirror that, oh no, it's bloated, I need to take care of it. So that keeps me motivated every day to work out. And nowadays I'm trying to amend my eating habits as well. Like maybe having more sattvic diet in, and I recently got introduced to millets, and it's amazing. Millets based diet is so light to your body, and eating right keeps your mind right. And so yes, I'm trying to evolve and learn, and let's see. And dancing is, I can never, I dance throughout the day. I've been a choreographer as well. I had run with my team. I had run a dance team during my college days as well. We did decently well. We came to Thapar, came first as well. So, but that's my another fuel. So that keeps me driven, and I feel light from here.
That's amazing. And you feel very energetic. Like, and I have seen lots of entrepreneurs, like they follow the old culture with the coat pen every time. Now you're wearing Jordan, all that stuff. So is it the same Supreet in the office also, or it's like a different risk?
No, I'm not like this in the office. I'm the same coat pen.
Okay.
So, but nowadays, because of my podcast and other things, I wear a lot of these trendy clothes. So there was a shoot for half an hour during the day in my office as well. So I came dressed up like this. I always have a suit in my suit and casual clothes in my office all the time. I sometimes stay in the office if I'm to work late. So I stay there. And I keep my clothes over there as well. So, but I'm the suit tie one. I wasn't that, but I became that in about 2016, and that has worked well for me and the organization. And we have a uniform in the office as well. So
So you're following up certain protocols and all, yeah. So it looks nice. And even like you can jump into any mood, right? So Supreet is like a guy who gets into Jordans, also into the formals
yes,
also,
yes.
yeah.
I'm sometimes if I'm to become a boss, I become a boss. But after six, I'm their friend. So, and we are sitting on the same table, having food together, talking about random things. So, I don't believe in that. And even if you come to my office, you'll realize I don't have any authoritative table. So, it's a round discussion table I have, and I have a working table. So, I don't give it. And if you want to chit chat, a sofa. That's it. So, I don't believe in that concept that you are a boss or you're something. We are this organization. Probably I'm the founder, or maybe you call visionary or whatever. So because of that, I'm here and I'm talking about things. But it's not only one person's company, it's everybody together doing so many things that even if a sweeper doesn't sweeps the floor that day, so it'll stay dirty. So gratitude and acknowledging the fact that everybody's contributing to the growth. So that's why I treat everybody equal. And probably during my early days in life, I was in Canada, I've been to US, and there everybody is treated equally. So that thought process has embedded in me, and till date it is there. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Any special trip or from your recent trip you can share something like which is valuable or any kind of like value you can give, like when you are keep on rotating with Canada and now you are in India, and like lots of people admire to go to Canada, and then you are the one who are moving back and right and even establishing everything, because again in Canada you will get some comfort zone when you are getting something in dollars and then other stuff. So can you
For
give
me, currently my comfort zone is India, because we are at a certain level and we are doing certain things. In Canada right now, over here I have a team. In Canada I'm the only one doing things. So for me that is a challenge when people talk to me that you're going to Canada, you'll enjoy. So I'm always like that I've lived there. I've lived there very closely. Being a radio journalist, you see life very closely. uh, so the day when I was to go last year, I've had more anxiety than excitement, but that helped me during those 3 months. And at the same time, my sleep cycle goes haywire. I sleep only for 3-4 hours over there, because during the nights I have to work here, and during the day I have to explore things alongside. But I love doing that. As you mentioned, the a place or an area. I personally I love British Columbia, Vancouver, or Whistler. There's a place called as Whistler. It's a beautiful hill station, as we call it, or an island called as Victoria. Um, these are beautiful places, and I always love going there. I connect with that area, and probably because of I'd been there through my struggle days as well. So that's why I like going through that area as well. So yeah, that's an experience. And another experience which I want to share is which needs to be inculcated in our country. I'm very patriotic Indian. So what I find is that uh, when you're on the road, we don't treat the road as our own. Over there, you're forced to treat as our own. In India, also there are rules, but we don't follow those. I feel disheartened when I see people, throwing stuff from a running car, and we're just increasing the workload of the government as well. So we need to have a civic duty. We want to become like them, but not internally. just by having a swanky car, you cannot, make the country, livable, or, up to that level. So yeah, these are the things which you learn over there. The courtesy. If you're walking on the road, people will say hi. People will, that kind of
Positive
positive
vibes.
vibes, and they'll thank you for small things, and that gratitude for everything is so amazing. Even if you give a small thing to somebody, they'll thank you so much. Over here, um, it's different. Yeah, there is a change now because we have a lot of exposure going to that country. So that I always call North America as my teacher, and India as my mother.
That's really nice. So our last round is rapid fire round where we ask you questions. Take it on the spot what's
It
coming in your
sounds
mind.
very fiery.
Favorite book?
Karma Yoga by Swami Vivekananda.
One word that describe your business.
Positive.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you are. Dream vacation destination.
Mm, Dream vacation destination is still Leh Ladakh. I've never been to Leh Ladakh yet. So I'm an Indian, and sometimes I feel that uh, why I'm not going to Leh Ladakh. This is my dream destination, and I want to ride to Leh Ladakh. And every time I have to go, last year I wanted to go, I was in Canada. Before that, I had some other things going on. This year, maybe if I'm lucky, I will go.
Okay. Right now there's lots of off-roading clubs when they will collect every cars and they go like a group every time. Like there is a big route and it's very beautiful.
Yes, yes, it is. In fact, I'm associated in one of those, but I've never gone anywhere with them. So that's why probably I think they've chucked me out of the group as well. But yeah, exactly. So that is a great stress buster as well.
Exactly, and you keep on exploring the new stuff, and nobody knows like what you are doing. So over there, like I used to do go with my friend for off-roading. There is also a club near Mullapur, like people do off-roading, and it's like a different vibe, yeah. Where
So again, this Saturday, the episode with what we are releasing is of Mr. Gurmeet Virdi. He's the first RFC winner from India. So there is a in Mullapur. There is a group called as Garari Off-Roaders. So exactly. So I never knew about that. But what they are doing, it's so amazing. And it's such a stress buster. So probably I think I would maybe if I join them late, so they'll take me to Leh Ladakh, or they'll so make a trip with them.
and definitely like if you don't have time as an entrepreneur, when you go every Sunday they do off-roading stuff, and it's like different vibe. You never know like there is a place over Chandigarh who's doing the off-roading stuff, and you are enjoying that. Like it's really amazing.
Yes, yes, yes. That's actually true, and I think we need to be aware of what is happening around our city and not be glued to OTT all the time. Yes.
So favorite hobby outside of work?
Favorite hobby? Dancing is
Yeah, I that's what came into my mind first before asking. So I think there might be answer. I was looking like you. There might be a different answer, but every time we talk about dancing, dancing and stuff.
dancing, or maybe some comedy stuff.
Okay, last movie you watched.
I watched a movie. I don't remember the name. Sometimes I watch a movie, then I suddenly realize that what was the name? So there was a movie on survival in snow. You might have watched it. It's on I think Netflix.
Netflix, that guy goes.
A plane crashes in the Argentinians or people from Uruguay. So their plane crashes somewhere in between near Santiago, and it's an actually real story, and they were there for 78 days or so, and they survived. So I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but I love that movie. I love more of realistic stuff, and sometimes I like to watch like nonsense comedy when I'm not in a mood to think. But I love watching reality and sci-fi.
Best piece of advice you ever received?
बेटा एक चीज पे लगे रहो. Keep on doing the same thing again and again, again and again. Keep your focus. Don't deviate.
Don't get distracted. Right now, distraction is very high.
Yes, and there's a quote which I wrote once. There are millions of things which can keep you distracted, which can get you distracted, but there is only one strong reason which keeps you going on, and you should always, follow that.
It's like a 80-20 rule also. Like 20% of the work is quite productive. That drives 80%
And
of
it
the.
becomes very easy because once you keep on doing a certain thing, then the things which you were doing for in 8 hours, you might do only in 8 minutes, and you don't realize.
Best way to relax after a long day.
Uh, with my kids, with my family, with my parents. Yeah.
Favorite social media platform.
I personally like LinkedIn. I find a lot of interesting stories on LinkedIn.
If you could meet any historical figure, what would it be?
Historical figure like
Anyone you can go to the past and meet someone.
Nikola Tesla, maybe.
Okay.
So I read his book. Very interesting personality, and he never wanted credit for anything, and he just wanted to do it because he loved it so much. And there's so many discoveries which we are enjoying nowadays just because he did so much, and he didn't even claim credit or get credit for that. So yes, Nikola Tesla is one of them.
Favorite type of exercise, because you are a very fit guy, so we can also take a tips.
Push-ups. I love doing push-ups, and at the same time, I Surya Namaskar is another good thing, and that keeps your body aligned. This is what I.
And you feel very positive, like you are carrying your own load in push-ups and all.
So the spine is this connects us with the universe, and it needs to be aligned. Yes.
Thank you so much for our show.
No, thanks a lot for having me here. It's been lovely sitting with you. Uh, being on the other side feels so good. I realized it, but at the same time, uh, uh, how you have done it, it's very nice, very nicely done, and I wish the best of luck for your show.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Nipun.
Now you have seen lots of people are doing podcasts. See, like me, I am doing, Supreet is also doing, and you have seen Instagram, YouTube are full with the podcast. But there is a challenge not with the podcast when we are interacting. The podcast problem is post production. So, in this tutorial, we are doing an AI software which will solve the problem of post production. So you have seen that Supreet is also doing a podcast, and we have lots of guests who are doing the podcast. So as per the conversation, you have seen that talking in the podcast is not a difficult task, but post production is difficult. So how we can do the podcast editing through AI, and that's the same software which we are using to editing this podcast. So the software name is autopod.fm. So that works with Adobe Premiere Pro, automatic editing for videos, podcasts, and show. That is multi-camera editor, social clip creator that we can create clips from it. Then we have jump cut editor. So how it saves my time. So generally, or my team's time is, so how it saves my time and my team's time. So here I am taking it in Adobe Premiere Pro. We are uploading the clips. So first clip has been uploaded. Now the second camera will shoot mine clip, that is one is of the guest and second one is of the client. So first we'll do the basic size editing, and we have checking that stereo mono audio is there. We'll make it more zoom because at the time of recording, so it looks like good in that frame size. Okay, so that second import is mine side, and the center one was of the wide angle, but here I am putting it exactly, placing it over the slide. Now again we need to that zooming stuff and extract the audio also. I'm extracting it because I just want it for that our podcast show where we are doing it for the audios, like we are putting all that podcast stuff on Spotify and Apple Music. So again I am putting myself in the frame, so that has been placed properly. That Autopod software is a paid software, but it's worth the penny of dollars and penny of time also, because it takes lots of time for editing team to do all that cut, paste, copy stuff. So it helps a lot. So now we have fixed with the timelines exactly. We are placing it on each other. So here the sequence name is, what we want to sequence is, that is our guest name Anuradha, and then the second will be mine, that will be Nipun. That is done. So we never, like, always we can check it out how exactly it will works. We'll go to extensions, Autobet multi-camera editor. We have a paid key for this. We enable the cutting method. Wide shot frequency, though we have 2 speakers. Again, if we have 10 speakers, we can also do the 10 stuff. If we have 10 cameras, we can do the 10 camera stuff. So right now we have 2. Delayed cuts means like if something is less than 0.1 second, or we have doing or we are silent at some moment, it cuts that. Ignore cut less than 1 seconds. So speaker name here I need to put it from, again the audio one, we need to tell whom is the audio one. So that is of Anuradha over here, and then the second one is mine, so I will put mine because that is the second audio, so that AI can recognize that whose voice is this. So first one I have tagged V1 to Anuradha, and V2 will be mine voice, so that is of Nipun. So let's try 3, 2, 1, and encoding sequences. So now it will generally take 3 minutes, 4 minutes to do all that stuff for encoding part. So I will do a fast forward over here because we can't wait for like 3 minutes to see like how it's working, but I think it's taking less than 3 minutes. So first again, so fast forward here. So like and here. So yes, so 9900. So second sequence has been cut. So now see the magic. How fast it just created all that clips. Now see, all that editing has been completed. You can check how it created all that cuts. And now if we want to fix something, we can easily fix that. So if I start playing now, I am speaking on that camera screen. So welcome to Growth Secrets and all these stuff. So after that, when I welcome and other guest will speak, see this. So how much time it will save. That's the power of AI. So that's how the whole stuff will work, and after that some editing part will be done. Whole podcast is ready. Now we need not to listen, my editor need not to listen entire stuff with the headphones on and okay where they are doing the clips manually. It's all be done with the power of autopod.fm. So now we can export this file and it's good to go. We just name it. We can export in 4K quality because we are all recording all that podcast in 4K, and we'll click on export. It will start and saved in my drive. So that's the AI hack for today episode. Get ready for the next episode. And if you haven't subscribed till now, subscribe and let me know your feedbacks, comments. How did you like that autopod.fm? Because right now podcast is quite booming.